I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. And it's so good to see our country finally coming together. Oh, the meeting of the minds and the hearts not seen since the Manson family met the Tates. It's so special. It makes you want to pick a side in all this political crap, doesn't it? Are you a good guy or a bad guy? Do you have a heart or are you heartless? It only makes me sure of what I am not. I am not a Democrat or Republican, conservative or liberal. I am not a progressive or a regressive. I'm not part of the Black Lives Matter movement for obvious reasons, although I did try to bring donuts to the meeting. But nobody likes glaze, white boy. I'm not a racist or a bigot. The only people I wish were dead and taken from our DNA pool are Prius drivers. We all have our prejudices. I've never believed that you should get a check for doing nothing or should get paid a nickel for doing $1's worth of work. I'm not a communist because any ideology where you have to wait in line for toilet paper seems impressive. I don't believe in trickle-down unless I didn't shake it hard enough in the men's room. I'm not a libertarian or a pescatarian because one wants less rules and one wants less barbecued ribs. I'm not part of the American Freedom Party because it sounds like a bullshit name used to get me to let China take our jobs. Yeah, just because you label yourself the American Freedom Ice Cream for Everyone, Justice, and We Like Kittens and Babies because we're better than you party doesn't mean you're right. It means you just have business cards that look like the Magna Carta. And America is already free, dickheads, and it ain't changing. So how about you take your jingoistic fear-mongering name and start a positive organization? How about the America still is kicking ass, but we always got work to do party? At least that's positive and honest, and doesn't sound like you've been slighted by the people we stole this country from. I'm not a constitutionalist because it was written as a living document that was supposed to be changed by smart leaders of this country. And one day I hope we get some fucking smart leaders in this country. I'm not socialist, but I don't bitch about it because as long as oil companies and corn growers and old people who refuse to die are sucking at the government subsidy tit, I can't judge because I hope one day to be sucking at said tit. I'm not part of the Green Party, although I love that they kept it simple and just picked a color. The Rainbow Coalition was just too busy for me. I'm not a member of the Justice Party, the Christian Liberty Party, but only because their dances suck. Wouldn't join the Reform Party because they hate the transhumanists more than I hate Prius drivers and attorneys. I am, however, an American with my own ideas, and I will never join your club. I believe in Groucho Marx, who said, I would never join a club that would have me as a member. I am part of the Christopher Titus Freedom of Ideas and Stay Out of Others' Fucking Business Party. And I'm running for president of these United States. Ha 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 ha! Hey, this actually is the Armageddon Update. Dun, 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 dun. Hey everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. That sound you hear is our little dog Abbott, who sounds like a Wookiee all the time. With me are the dogs, Abbott and Chaplin. Also Bombshell.
What's up, people?
And over there at the Fetus.
Hey.
Hey, Fetus is leaving. Fetus is taking off.
For good?
No. He's not leaving for good. No, he's actually going to a wedding.
I am.
This is fun. Here's the thing about weddings. You been to a lot of weddings?
I've been videographer for a bunch of weddings, but I've never actually been.
Yeah, when you're in them and you're hanging out in them, there's a lot of weird, there's all kinds of weird machinations with emotions and people, and some people are hurt for no reason.
People are always hurt for no reason.
Yeah, it's weird to watch. You can see it happen as the alcohol starts to flow. Watch it on the way to the wedding, like in the next couple days. The stress level is going to get so high, like some aunt will be pissed off that the table wasn't right, and no one really gives a shit.
Someone's going to be hammered.
Yeah, someone's going to be hammered and say some shit that you should just keep your phone on record, so let them talk.
Yeah,
and then just put your phone on the table in front and be like, I got my uncle talking some shit. It's great. Listen.
Weddings and funerals, I had always heard that, and I didn't really believe it, and it's the strangest phenomenon, and it's so true.
Yeah, even our wedding was crazy. It was a moment where a group of people came apart.
Your people.
Yeah, that's true. They were also drinking the most expensive
booze there. I'm sure everyone
there.
had the over-under on your family.
Yeah, man, but my people went right for the expensive booze, too. They went after the expensive booze like African children who'd never seen a sandwich.
It wasn't. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Macallan 18?
Yeah, and they were in 4 fingers at a time, just pouring like the most expensive booze possible.
Before the ceremony.
Dude, just walking
and
around.
During.
Yeah, it was crazy. 2 of my people were doing that, and we at one point, very, very calmly, one of the adults actually hit the expensive bottle of booze, but it was good.
That was the adult that paid for it.
So I'm tired. Yeah, so I'm tired of being locked into anything. I'm tired of being told I'm a this, I'm a that. You know, I had that argument with Steven Crowder, which didn't go well. Not my finest moment. I would say that. I would say I was yelling and he was yelling and it wasn't good.
I'd say it's not his finest moment either, though.
Yeah, you know what's weird is that you do things based on I am Marty McFly. chicken. What? Let's go, Biff. I'm that guy. I am that guy,
sure.
and
Absolutely.
and it's wrong of me, and I will say that. But if you guys want to listen to the interview with Steven Crowder, you're going to see me not make a lot of sense. You're going to see me yell a lot, and then he diverts every time I bring up a fact. He just goes to this. He just goes sideways with it and diverts it. But it's
you
all right.
guys both, I think everyone, in reading people's comments, because I couldn't watch it. I can't. I almost
can't.
unfollowed you on Twitter.
I was in it and I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, but I did read a lot of the comments, and a lot of people are saying that you both are assholes.
Yeah, I agree.
And that you guys should come back together again and try it, but let each other talk.
He's actually said that. He actually sent me, just to be transparent, he sent a thing to my DM me and said, Titus, man, can you go? But he said, can you come on for 2 minutes and we can make up? I said, I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all. And I'm editing a movie and a comedy special, so
I'm
give
not
me a
mad at
couple
you
weeks.
at all. I'm just busy making a movie and a comedy special.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, he's trying to get me back on his podcast.
Obviously have plenty
But-
of time to have me back.
But he's wow. That
I'm too
now,
busy.
I never said any of that, but it was implied. The point is,
Hold on, Steven. I'm climbing up to my 4th story of my house. I just parked the Z06. Let me get back to you when I get
Okay.
my breath back. Couldn't use the elevator today because it was filled with gold bars.
wow. Okay, implied. Not said, but implied. No, he's a Canadian number one.
Oh, Feedy giggle.
Yeah,
He listened to him.
He's having fun. He's drinking. I think he's been drinking.
He's happy he's going home.
He
huh?
is. He's almost done.
Yeah.
He's talking about. I've never seen him look at the
He
clock as
looks-
much as he is
I
today.
told him when I walked in, he looks like Greg Brady. He first of all curled his hair today.
a little
I
bit.
didn't.
You look
No,
like
he has
you
that.
curled
He has
your
that.
hair, and you
No, that
shaved,
by the way, that hair thing. There's slave stock in his family. If you go way back, if you
he
track it
shaved
back.
all of his facial hair off. Wait,
did.
what?
Oh, did you see the picture of the mustache
It's
that
got
I
a little
had?
kink in it.
Did you see the picture of the mustache that I wore for a day?
Oh, he looks like a serial killer. He looks like a
it's
serial
great.
killer / child molester / pedophile. It's you have to look
I
at it.
already thought that he looked like
No,
that.
when you see the mustache, it's super porn
I
mustache.
wore that for a whole day.
Oh my god!
We should post that. We should post that on Facebook. You got to send that to me so we put it
You
on
look
Facebook.
like Freddie Mercury, kind of.
Yeah,
Not
but
the worst
creepy.
thing. No,
He
no.
looked like super. Well, of course, Freddie Mercury looked pretty creepy.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Do you know who I was most terrified of when I was growing up?
Freddie Mercury
Freddie Mercury. Because
in the onesie,
I don't know.
in the onesie with the giant teeth.
I wasn't really allowed to, I was a kid, and I grew up in the South, and I grew up in a really religious, home. So I didn't. But I remember that there were those. Do you remember those music infomercials that
Yep.
would play, and they would show clips of Led Zeppelin, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, and they'd show the
K-Tel's album best hits of all time. Order right now.
the
And they would.
blimp
Yeah.
setting on fire, and
Oh, the Hindenburg. Yeah.
the Hindenburg, and then they'd
It's a Zeppelin,
show
but okay.
What?
It is
Zepp-
Zeppelin.
it is a
Yeah,
Zeppelin.
and
Yeah,
it was,
Zeppelin.
it was the Hindenburg.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed.
I just got.
That's what I said.
Wow, I got. Well, yeah, again, poor, the little retarded kid gets patted on the head. Thanks. Go ahead.
Right, but do you remember that commercial where they showed
Yep.
that clip of Zeppelin, and then they would show Freddie Mercury at the piano, and his nails were painted, and he had those pointy, scary razor teeth?
No, he didn't. That was Bowie. He had big monster
It was
Mr.
not
Ed
Bowie.
teeth.
It was he was super. He wasn't a onesie. You're right. You could
Yeah, it was
see
a
his
white.
penis.
It was a white onesie, and he had like a staff that he was
Yes.
walking around.
So that's who I saw under my bed when I was growing up.
Oh, he was.
Freddie
he was your
Mercury
clown?
was in my closet.
Wow, you had Freddie Mercury. Like it wasn't a demon. It was Freddie Mercury.
Same thing. I
He would have
thought.
came out and sang to you.
Nothing really
Matters
to me.
Mom! Mom! Freddie Mercury's under my bed again! Mom!
It's terrifying.
Galileo! Mom!
I'm just a poor boy now.
Mom! Tell him to stop it! Get Freddie Mercury out from under my bed!
This is making me uncomfortable.
He's with another man! That's normal. Tell Freddie Mercury to calm down, honey. He's not going to hurt
When
you.
did my mom become Jewish?
All moms are Jewish. All right. Honey, don't you worry yourself about Freddie Mercury. He's fine. He's a little light, but he's
My
fun.
gosh, everyone
and
that
he-
lives in the South right now is.
And he can sing
rolling
like you
their
would
eyes.
not believe.
Not everyone talks like Andy Griffith.
That's true.
Andy
That's
Griffith
true.
didn't even talk like
Just
Andy
so
Griffith.
just so you know, because you're there and you got used to it. Anybody who didn't grow up there, You all sound like Andy Griffith.
And you guys all sound like, oh my God. Your kids, they both say like. I went up the like street hey, Dad, can you buy me
So this is my problem with America right now. Here's the problem with America right now. I
Jet
say you all sound
like that.
They do.
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
both sound like it. We went through a thing with Jet where my son Jet would just be like, there was a show like on TV, and we just I stopped the car and we stopped and we were like, every time you say like, your sister gets to punch you in the arm as hard as she can.
Yeah.
And they had this thing where that was like a week and it was over. Now he doesn't do it anymore.
She really enjoyed that week though.
Yeah, she can punch. She was in karate when she was little, and she kept it. She kept this the thing. Oh, she can. I don't like the way the kid hits.
She definitely has Titus in her.
Yeah. That's what bothers me is that I said you guys talk funny. Yeah, well, you guys talk funny too. We've come to this weird thing, and it's been going on for a long time, and it probably goes back throughout history. Politics and all this other stuff. None of it matters. I really got. Nothing really matters to me. Mom! So, I just, we've all we're doing is talking shit about each other. They're screaming, lock her up, lock her up, lock her up. There, and then we got Elizabeth Warren, who just basically turned into a pit bull yesterday. And at one point, I'm tired of it. I'm so tired of. The gun debate with Crowder really got to this place where people just no one has a fact, no one has a point of view. They just have "fuck you, Titus," or "you're a dumbass, you get your ass handed to you," or then my people would be like, "Crowder, God, that guy's rude, man. He didn't even let you talk, and he's a dick." And I'm like, "No, shut it, just stop." I don't understand what it's doing in the country. I'm tired of it, and I think I am going to run for president. I'm going to be again the Christopher Titus. Stay out of your fucking business party. That's going to be it. I'll follow the rules, but stay out of my other fucking business party. If it's legal, I'm doing it. Party. I'll have to come up with a name. But I'm writing this new show, and what you guys heard today was the beginning of the writing of the first opening bit. It's not right yet, of course, but I think it's time that we get someone who just has some common sense, which we don't have anymore. And what happened with Bernie? So here's the thing. So you think the Democrats are going to be like, all right, they're up in integrity and blah, 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 although Hillary really not the best integrity candidate. And then you got this whole thing with Bernie. Debbie Wasserman Schultz got fired because what?
She didn't get fired. She resigned. There was the Russians stole a bunch of the Democratic Party's emails and then leaked them to the internet. And there's a bunch of stuff in the emails.
I thought Julian Assange did it. Assange, the guy from WikiLeaks. Julian.
No, it wasn't
Julian
like that.
Assange.
This was Guccifer.
No, it's WikiLeaks. I'm telling you.
No, it was put on WikiLeaks.
You need to look at WikiLeaks.
It was on WikiLeaks.
Okay, got it.
Why are we saying WikiLeaks?
I just
WikiLeaks?
like it.
I just took a WikiLeak right before the podcast.
So the Russians. I don't understand this. Why would the Russians want to take the DNC's emails?
We don't know. It's not like when we say the Russians. We don't know if it was like the Russian government or just some Russian guy. It's not like if like anonymous over here hacked someone in Russia, they'd be like, "Oh, the American government hacked it." I mean, they might think that. Yeah. But it could have just been some Russian dude. I don't know if it was Putin trying to decide.
Just some guy in his underwear, we did. Today I want to see what Bernie maybe is talking about, and maybe I can get some insight on Hillary because the email thing is trouble. Let's do this. Let's go after the email. Let me see. Spam folder, trash, spam folder. Oh, porn. Okay. Why does Hillary Clinton have female porn? This is weird. She would have naked men, but she has naked women. Strange. Sorry, that was
pretty good.
Thank you. That was my little one-act play of the Russian guy in his underwear looking at the emails. All right, there you go.
Tony Award.
Thank you.
I find that your Russian character is the only character that doesn't go Asian.
Yeah, I don't go Asian much. I don't know, but but maybe if I talk long enough, I can start to maybe go to the Asian voice and maybe going to win something very nice. Going to go there and what happened? Oh, then what happened? Going this life? Going to what do you want to eat? Pay your beer. There you go. See, it took a while.
There was a throwback.
Yeah.
Pay your beer. My dad went Asian, and it's weird that he never married an Asian.
Your dad went Asian? What happened?
Oh my gosh, my dad was in Vietnam, and I think that was when he first dabbled in men. I mean, he
dabbled in men? What just happened? He went to Vietnam and dabbled in men? What did you just say?
He
what?
Asian women.
No, didn't she say he went to
did.
Vietnam and dabbled in men?
and man. I said, and man.
Oh,
he
and-
never. So there was
Yeah,
some
it still
woman
sounds the same. So,
that-
but I know that's what you meant, but I got it.
And then he went TDY, I think in Philippines or whatever. But my mom said that when they first started dating, in the middle of the night, some Filipino chick would call, and when she would hang up, my mom would be there. My dad would say, I think it's Mahaki Dan, just because I've heard this story so many times, Mahaki Dao or Mahaki Dan, something like that. So my mom looked it up, and it found out that it meant I love you too. Or I love you, whatever. I'm sure people are going to correct me, but I've had to listen to this story for the last 30
Listen,
years.
what happens in Vietnam stays in Vietnam. Let's leave it at that.
Well, Vietnam was a call-in in the middle of the night.
Wow, in the middle of that. Wow, so he was. You know what though? It was a wartime. It was a wartime.
No, but the thing is,
He was there for years.
He
Died in a
married
moment.
this really angry, evil blonde lady, but really, anywhere we are, he'll always point out a beautiful Asian woman. So I don't understand why he denied himself. But anyway, there was a little insight into Kenneth Bradley.
And also why Rachel is in Bombshell's a little bit messed up because her dad never got to find happiness.
Amen. Amen.
No, Asian.
Asian, Asian, Asian.
Asian.
Don't the rock a that song. So
What are we talking about?
I'm just tired. Of. Are you guys tired of just nobody wanting to? Everyone wants to look at how cool we are. We're best, and yet no one has any evidence of being best. You know what I mean? It's like Bernie got screwed. I mean, Giuliani was screaming like a psychopath. You know, at Trump just like they're just. I just never seen it so bizarrely angry. I'm tired of it. Aren't we all tired of it?
You know what's strange to me? These conventions are like these weird like concerts. They've got bands and like other crazy things.
And they're trying to get the most famous people on it. Like
and
that's
they're trying to get the best ratings. Like what? Is this are these our politicians? Are these people running our country? People that care about like what band is playing next
Yep.
at their convention?
how many balloons are dropping from the ceiling?
Who's
Is
got
it
better
shiny?
confetti? Like
Better lighting? Yeah, it
it's-
is a concert. It
like
is-
I saw a Trump tweet. There's no pun for that.
yeah. Trump tweet.
And he was just like, yeah, the RNC ratings were the best they've ever been, but they were even better when I gave my final speech because I'm the best or whatever.
Yeah. Huge, unbelievable. You will not believe how good I'm going to be. The American Party is going to be America, 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 good America, bad, Democrat, America, wall, America, wall, trade, China, ooh, bad, perfect. What?
I hate him so much, and I also hate Hillary so much. This is going to be a very difficult election.
So this is
season.
what I was listening to because I know, and we have a kind of an expert here on Hillary. I want to
I
have.
don't think I'm an expert.
Well, you wrote your thesis on it, right? Your thesis was on the Clintons.
I feel like, actually, I didn't get a PhD, so I didn't write a thesis.
I didn't go to college, so I don't even know what thesis means. So
Oh.
you win.
It's a Greek hero.
Yeah, that was easy.
Yeah, I bow to the people with education. Go ahead.
I don't got nothing to say.
I do. Yeah, yes, you do. You know a lot about the Clintons. You know a lot about the Clintons. Now, I don't. Here's what I think. If everybody thinks they're criminals, why aren't they in jail? Explain this to me. That's what I want to know.
Money.
Is it? You think that's why? Is that what you think? Because there's a lot of weird stuff going on with the Clintons. I mean, Trump. We know Trump's actually being he's actually got a case in New York right now against he raped a 13-year-old girl. That's going on right now. There's all this Trump stuff that's going on, and nobody cares. This is the weird. What is it about this dude? That he's just. I mean, Reagan
the
was
worst.
Teflon, but Trump said it. What kind of politician goes on TV and goes, by the way, I could shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and my ratings would still go up? He said that with a camera on him. And people went, oh, this fucking guy.
He said in 1998, if I ever ran for president, I'd run Republican because they're idiots.
He didn't say that. Looked it up. Snopes. Totally
Snopes?
debunked. Totally debunked.
I
I
don't
looked it
know.
up. Nope. See,
I love it. That's how he responds.
No. I looked it up. I actually went and
I
researched
said
it.
the same thing.
The problem is this whole gun debate thing has made a lot of people. I demand if you give me a statistic, show me where the statistic is, and anything from Breitbart or Huffington Post, I kind of discount. Although I will sense depending as long as that research is based in something like CDC or something, I really do research because you can't argue. The only way you can win these arguments is if you have the facts. And here's when I know I win. Fuck you, Titus. Hey, I win. There you go. You just took a bow. So when it comes to Trump, there's all this stuff he's done. All this stuff. He never said that. Trump never said, I run for Republicans because they're stupid. He may have thought that, but it's not. He never said it. Just to give to be clear.
But he was a Democrat.
Yeah, he wasn't it for 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Up to three. He switched 3 years ago.
Until recently.
Yeah. Do you know why?
Did you guys see that Bernie? Did you see the tweet where he responded to Donald Trump in
No.
2 words
I didn't
on
see it,
Twitter.
no.
2 words. All he said, he copied Donald Trump's post, his tweet, and just put, never tweet. And that's all he said, and just shut him down. That was it. Never tweet.
Would you know what the tweet was?
I can tell you. I
So-
just clicked off of it, actually.
So the Clinton. So I want to know this. I want to know what people saying. Lock her up because of Benghazi. Even the guy's mom who died said she actually wrote a letter and said, "I want you to stop using my Chris, the diplomat.
He said,
I want you to stop using his name in speeches. Stop it."
and every band has requested that they stop using their music.
Trump's brilliant at this. So you know what he does? He does it anyway. And what are you're going to spend $4 million to sue Trump? He's got billions of dollars. He'll just sue for. He doesn't care.
You can't always get what you want, is what he chose.
John. People, if you can see last week's John Oliver, if you have HBO, I'm telling you.
Not John Oliver, was it?
Yeah, we were. You
It
and
wasn't
I.
Jon Stewart?
No, you and I. No, the John Oliver thing. He actually played
He was
all the
great.
songs he was using. You have to watch John Oliver. And thank you, Jon Stewart, for coming back for a night. It was great.
It made us happy.
Oh yeah.
He said Bernie Sanders totally sold out to crooked Hillary. All of that work, energy, and money, and nothing to show for it. Waste of time. And all Bernie Sanders said back was, never tweet.
And except he said, "Never tweet."
Yeah,
That's
right.
what he said. That's what.
True,
You have to say it. You have to say it like that.
Here's the thing about like Bernie though. A lot of his supporters are angry that he's like Pat said his endorsed Hillary. He said from the very, very beginning of his campaign, if I don't win the Democratic nomination, I will endorse whoever does. That's what he said. And now all of his supporters, the whole basis of his campaign was integrity and honesty and being a good guy. And now when he did exactly what he said he was going to do, everyone's angry at him.
Yeah.
A bunch of his supporters are like, man, why'd you do that? And listen, I'm not happy he didn't win. And I'm not happy that the DNC pretty much was on Hillary's, like was supporting her the whole time. A lot of
they were
emails
all over
support that.
Hillary's dick. They really
Yeah,
were.
like a lot of the emails kind of support that, and that got leaked. It's neither here nor there. It's just like I think the DNC is shooting themselves in the foot because after this email leak, Trump, a bunch of the polls, Trump has 44% and Hillary has 36% in the most recent polls. She dropped 6 points.
Because of the email thing.
Well, that's a part of it, but there are a lot of other reasons too. But it's like the Democrats would rather like Bernie crushes Trump in all the polls. He just does. They'd rather, instead of having a sure thing and keep a Democrat in office by making Bernie the nominee, they instead.
You have a golden tongue, by the way.
I know it's awful.
Come
Sorry.
on, crack it up. Come on, go ahead.
Instead, they're willing to play chicken with Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton just to keep the fat donors in their pockets.
I'm over it. I have to be honest. I'm over it. After watching so far, I was like, you know what? Whoever's going to win is going to win anyway.
It's going to be awful.
And the stress that was causing me, I was so into it, and I realized I can't do it. And the gun thing. The thing of the gun thing is, I just want to stop. They're killing a lot of Americans. I just want to stop that. That's all. I don't want to take anybody's gun. I just want to stop it.
Fun
That's
fact: over the past month, when the RNC and DNCs have been
This
going
is
on,
not going to be fun.
Yeah, I have a tendency. Whenever you say fun fact, they're usually not fun. Go ahead.
No one fun ever says
Google,
fun fact.
Google Trends for searches for how to move to Ireland or how to move to Canada or how to move to other places have
Right.
spiked.
Oh yeah, people want to.
People want out.
He's not.
Look how happy he
Yeah,
is.
that was a fun fact. I don't care what you say. That was a fun fact. Get out of here.
At the end, he goes, yeah.
Yeah.
He added the fun to it. It was a fact,
tried.
and then he added some fun at the end.
He heard himself halfway through.
That's
it
the
was
best.
fun.
No
it was
one.
a fun fact.
It wasn't fun.
Yes, it was.
It's no one
Anyone
fun
who
ever says
fun fact. Yeah, no
ever.
one fun ever says fun fact. Here's a fun.
I say
Here's
fun
a fun
fact all
fact
the time, and I'm
Germans say that
incredibly
all the
fun.
time. Here's a fun fact for you.
No, they don't. You
Yes,
just make
they
that
do. They're
up.
not fun people, and they are.
Make that
Here's a fun fact.
Why did you stick your boobs out when you did that? It was
Oh, that's how
creepy.
Germans. I was doing my impression of Germans sticking their boobs out. Here's a fun fact for you.
Ew.
Germans
I
are
don't
much
like
taller
that
than most
guy.
people. Isn't that fun?
No.
It's so fun. Do you like that? Is it fun?
No.
Germans.
Germans are not fun
They're
people.
not fun people. They're
not amused a lot either by anything, nor are they
And yet the
amusing.
countries around them really are. Like Swedes are really not.
You
that
don't
much.
hear about a lot of German comics.
No.
Not a lot of hot comedy coming out of Germany.
No, there's absolutely not.
Or Russia.
No. I think it's the voices. They just don't lend themselves to comedy at all.
We do sound pretty derpy over here.
Yeah, we're derpy. We ain't got no going to talk about that. Get her done. We have. That's how that plays in the rest of the world's head whenever they hear an American talk. Yep.
Do you ever think the rest of the world just looks at America as like, how do these assholes run the world?
Yep.
Yes,
all the
they
time.
do all the time.
When
Yes.
we have traveled, we have found that they often find us to be fun, loving, and stupid.
Yeah, they have a bad. The rest of the world has a very bad opinion of it. I'm thank God Trump is curing that. Though. Trump's making it so the rest of the world goes, well, these guys seem to have it together now. Anyways, I don't want to talk about politics. I just wanted to point out that I hate. Anyways,
Certainly.
I don't want to talk about politics
Yeah.
because it's so lame.
Whatever.
I'm over it. Anyone else over it? You over it?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? I'm gonna vote on my day, and that's it. And I can't change it.
I'm probably going to vote third party.
I find you to be combative. You
Yes.
stress me out a lot. And I actually was seriously about to unfollow you on Twitter. And I thought,
some people did. And then some people were like loved it. Some people were like, go, and I picked up like 300 followers because of it.
it's just too much.
in one day.
I got too much conflict going on in my life. Blah, blah, got it. Tell me a joke, funny man. And then, just at least, put an adequate amount of time between each tweet. Not like every 10 to 12 seconds.
Yeah, no, I got it. Guys, trust me. It was like an alcoholic moment. I woke up and I was like, I'm a tweetaholic, man. I'm actually going. And I was fighting everybody. And then all of a sudden, the same facts came up. People like keep seeing the same thing. Once you've brought up the Second Amendment 55 times, you're blocked. Sorry. I've already told you it's a living document. It's supposed to be changed, blah, blah, blah. George Washington wanted to change it every 19 years. Did you know that? Thomas Jefferson wanted to change it every 19 years. He goes, every time because that was a generation then, 19 years. Now it was probably 30 years. But it should be looked at by smart people. And that's what I said in the Armageddon update. Too bad we don't have those anymore. Don't seem to have smart people anymore.
Not a lot
Me
of
included.
those.
Not a lot.
Not in
no.
abundance.
No, there's not. You can't throw a rock and hit a smart person. But boy, do dumb people throw rocks. Hey, that was pretty good. I liked it.
That was pretty
What?
smart.
So you should talk instead of nod. If you're looking at me agreeing, you should just you talk. So
I'm not supposed to
this
talk.
is a
I wish
this
we
is a
could post
theater
a
of the
picture
mind.
of
So you have to
him.
actually say
I'm
things.
not supposed to
a lot.
talk.
It's
No, you can
hilarious
talk.
to look at him.
Can he talk? He can talk, right?
He's
You've
been
kinda-
flapping his gums.
Yeah, you've backed off him a bit.
excessively.
You've really backed off him a lot.
Because I find that if I let him talk,
Yep.
then he gives me more fodder to make fun of.
Right.
I've got some fodder.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
So when we were in Escondido, right?
Is it another fun fact? Is
Oh,
it fun
no,
fodder?
This is just
please.
this is an embarrassing fetus story.
Okay.
Oh, I love this.
I know.
These
it's
are
great.
my favorites.
This one made me
This
laugh.
is recent. So we're in Escondido filming your special, and I had to go to Target and buy a pair of pants. So
What? Hold on.
I needed black stage pants. Stage
Okay.
blacks.
Got
So
it.
I grabbed the pants. I'm going to the fitting room, and the lady looks at me and goes, "How many?" And I said, "Oh, just me."
Wow.
I love that. He's so stupid.
So dumb. And then
How many? Just me. I'll be having the booth myself.
And then
It's
she-
a changing room for one, please.
she
No,
looked at me.
I'm not with them.
And I looked at me, and I immediately realized I had said something wrong, and I was like, "Oh, just the pants." And then I followed up with,
Well,
and
no,
I guess
just
me
me.
too.
Well, and the pants. So two.
I guess
That's what you said.
and
Said how
the
many?
pants. And
Two.
Then, and
It's
she
me
looked
and
at
the
me again. I
pants.
was like, "Sorry, I'm used to hearing that at a restaurant."
So here's
you
the
know?
worst part of this story is the aftermath.
Yeah.
You can't look once you say something stupid. Being a comedian, I've learned once you said something stupid, own it. Just be like, how many? Just me. Just me.
Let
What?
me give you
Well, just me. Well, and the pants.
I have-
Just keep going.
two examples that instantly pop into my head that like when you don't just laugh at yourself that you hold on to it forever about I should have just laughed, I should have just, but instead when you try and pretend it didn't just happen, then everyone gets
Right.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
In Philly, where
And you brought in a backhoe. You're just digging a hole.
Oh, I
two times instantly, which means I haven't let them go. Most recent was last year in Philly at Helium,
Right.
where we're going to be in August,
Yep.
coming up actually in
Yeah.
a few
Good
weeks.
club. I like Philly.
Yeah, so I was high because I was sick, remember? And I was on hydrocodone cough syrup
Yep.
to get through the shows. And at the end, I went to close the show, and the green room door is off the side of the stage, and I hung the mic up, and I was like, "Thank you, good night." And the microphone cord was wrapped around my foot, so I went to walk off all cool, and the microphone tipped and hit the ground.
It
Well,
went
it was
bonk.
still on, yeah, so it was going bunk, 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 bunk. So instead of stopping and making a joke and laughing and waving and hanging it back up, I decided I was going to keep going. So I walked into the green room, remember, with it hooked around my foot. My whole whole exit was loud on loudspeaker. It was awful.
Yeah, I was in the green room going, what the hell just happened? What, did someone start throwing something? And she's like, no, the microphone's wrapped around my foot. And you just kept going?
The other time, I was getting a pedicure, and I was leaving, and they had given me free cheap wine, which is, don't ever do that.
No.
Because
Oh, boy.
you don't ever hang around any body of water with cheap booze. So the tub had been wet, and I went to stand out of it. And you know how the arms swing open on pedicure, manicure chairs?
Yeah, absolutely. I know that.
Oh, you idiots. So you unhook it, and it swings open so you can just climb out of the chair. So I put all my weight on that swingy thing, and it wasn't locked in. And so it shot out. So the wine glass flew through the air, shattered on the floor next to the person next to me, and I slid and fell backwards with my butt in the tub, which was still
Oh no!
filled with water.
You have Lucy moments. You had one the other day.
Yesterday.
Yes, this is a great
I
one.
caught
too.
a salad flying out of the refrigerator with my chest.
Yeah, that salad
I
was
caught
happy.
it up against the wall, and it had popped open,
But
facing
your
me.
hands are full, right? Of
I was
something.
holding stuff. I was trying to leave the house, and I grabbed a Perrier out of the fridge, and I hit the salad. It went into the air. I wanted the salad later, so I grabbed it with my body against the wall, but then I couldn't undo
You're
it.
stuck.
I had carrots in my bra later. It was
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Weird.
I'm a vegetarian too.
Ew.
Mm, yeah.
I always have Lucy moments.
Yeah, you are. And we got to use those in your next movie.
But the thing is, just laugh about stuff.
Yeah.
Because those people were miserable. That lady wanted me to leave so bad from that pedicure place because I kept trying to be cool. No, I could have just laughed and made a joke. Everyone was staring at me, so I left. My butt was wet. And then I never saw her again. She closed down, remember?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
all your
yeah.
fault.
Do you know what you could have done? It's funny because if you burst out laughing and go, man, I am a doofus, everyone goes, oh, my God, you know. But if you don't, they're like, oh, my God, this person's insane.
It got more and more uncomfortable the more I talked. It was awful.
That's why when you started babbling, dude, like people
just
don't know what
me.
to do. You just keep digging an awkward hole. I'm sorry, I'm just gonna keep talking. I
high
didn't mean
school.
to. Just me. I meant just me. I mean, I would never take anybody in the dressing room with me. I mean, the pants that would be too,
Yeah,
but
so you gotta
they're not people. They're inanimate. So yeah, just me. What in the pants?
That
So
was
two.
me. Yeah. I'm doing pretty good.
And that guy.
And our producer Randy was standing right next to me the whole time, and he's just like, "Oh my god!" He's just
Yeah,
shaking,
my
laughing, he's just
God.
laughing out loud.
Yeah, that's weird. At least you know that. At least you're aware that
I'm
you're a
so
goofball.
self-aware, and I realized I had to tell Titus. I'm like, "Oh man, Titus is gonna have to hear this
Yeah.
story."
So I was talking to my buddy Marshall about this when I saw him. By the way, one of the best doctors in the world, Health Smart. If you're ever in Chicago, go to Health Smart. He's the best NUCA doctor in the world. He got my listing. I have felt better for the week. So we're talking about the politics thing, and he's a big gun guy now. He's got like 15 guns. But he has a safe room and he's got like all this stuff and I asked him why. And he goes, oh, you never know when someone's going to attack you. And I'm like, interesting, okay. And he didn't used to be like that. And he said something interesting. He said, the more I got into the gun thing, the more you get sucked into that world, and the more you start to believe that something bad's going to happen. Like you have the guns for a reason, so you got to have to build it. And I said, I'm not afraid of people. And he said, I know. He goes, I've gotten like that over a while. And then we were talking about politics, and he goes, you know what, man? He goes, I'm tired of the politics and I'm tired of the news. Why is the news giving us all this bad news? Like the news only tells us bad news.
Money.
I know, but it's interesting because we all watch it and no one thinks about it. He said, I stopped watching the news. There was a day, and I don't know if you guys remember it. Maybe you can look it up, Ray, where these couple cut a baby out of another woman because they wanted the baby. And it was on the news. I remember this. It was Nancy Grace, and it was on the news for a couple days. And my buddy Marshall goes, why do they show us that? They weren't teaching us anything. It's not happening every day. They're not giving us a warning. They're just salaciously showing us some horror show and calling it news, and it doesn't do anything. I don't understand it. So I think I'm going to stop watching the news. I'm lying. I'm not going to stop watching the news. I know it's sad. I just said it, and I heard myself, and it's like I'm not drinking anymore.
I would say you should go off of Twitter for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Liar.
No, I will. I'm off Twitter. I will not tweet any gun stuff or political stuff for the next 2 weeks. I promise.
2 weeks.
Only comedy. Only like jokes.
August 8th, you can return.
To like political. Can I use it at all? Can I just do normal jokes? No political stuff.
No political stuff.
And no gun
Listen
stuff.
to you.
Can I?
Can I just have one sip?
It's sick.
Could I just drink mouthwash?
No. That's not a problem. If I'm
won't
drinking
swallow
mouthwash,
it.
I won't. It's because it's the alcohol. I'm off Twitter. I got to write this new show anyway, so I'm off Twitter.
I missed you.
I know. I'm sorry.
You're not.
I'm just sad that so many people are
I'm a
dying.
Twitter widow.
So many people are dying in our country for stupider reasons, and I'm tired of it.
Stupider.
There's stupider reasons than that. All right. So politically, I'm gonna let you say your last little thing. What you think? Why and who you gonna vote? Why are you gonna go third party when you know it's not gonna make a difference? You're just gonna vote your conscience and live with it.
I feel like my vote should be with someone that I feel is the best candidate. So
right. No matter if you know it's going to lose anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Whoever you vote for should be who you think is who you want to be president, and that could be a naive 24-year-old thing to be saying, and a lot of adults might think that's a naive, childish thing to say, but I don't, and that's my thought on it.
No, it's called integrity. Doing what you think you should do. It's called integrity, and screw everybody else. That's integrity. Ray, you?
I got nothing to say.
No? You don't even care about it?
It's, what do you say? If you think of it on one hand, if everyone, because it really seems like a lot of people don't like either of them. I'm hearing it from even conservative people in my family.
He couldn't get people to even
Sharon, Bombshell update. Yesterday said, I may vote for Hillary Clinton.
Wow!
She's she hates Hillary Clinton, but she's so desperate to not have Donald Trump. Yeah. And she said that she felt like her third-party vote, she's being convinced that it's a waste. Yeah. And so she's thinking, what do I do? But the other side is if all those people that don't like them didn't think my vote doesn't matter and actually voted for the Bernie Sanders, then what if that's what it takes to have a revolution? I don't know. It's hard. Vote your conscience, vote with integrity, or I don't know, or block Donald Trump.
Well,
it's what Elizabeth Warren said the other night on the Late Show. She said, make no mistake, he is dangerous. He's actually dangerous for our country. It's not a joke. Yeah. And I agree with that.
I think even Republicans admit Romney, the top tier of the Republican Party who didn't show up to the convention, they were like, nah, fuck it, we're not going. Yeah, but you're the biggest Republicans. I know. We're not going to be. Even John McCain didn't go, right?
Yeah.
And Ted Cruz, I gotta say, I hate Ted Cruz. I love how diabolical Ted Cruz is. Ted Cruz gets primetime spot, and they let him speak, and he doesn't endorse Donald Trump. In fact, he says, vote your conscience, up and down the ticket. Basically, he was saying, don't vote for this douchebag. Guys, we're here. I'm sorry we're here. Don't vote for him. And then they booed him, and I thought, this guy doesn't care. He's that guy. Again, I think one day he's going to shoot up an office building, but he's that guy that just doesn't really care. That nerdy guy that just, I don't care. I don't care what you guys think. I'm doing what I want to do.
I can't believe Trump could be our next president. It's mind-blowing. It's mind-blowing.
A lot of dumb people in the people.
Too many dumb people.
Yeah.
4 years ago, people were laughing when he said he was going to run. We were laughing.
One year ago, I was laughing.
Yeah, you're right. When everybody was on stage, yeah, you're right. We don't have any good people. Again, presidential draft. I think there should be a list of 20 of the best industrialists, the best thinkers, and we just go. And those guys just get a letter in the mail. Before the election, these 20 guys, and they're like, damn it, what's the matter, honey? I guess got my presidential letter. Fuck. You're right. You build one $14 billion company that saves the world, and now they want you to be president. Damn it. I'm going to be busy for 4 years. We need that. We have to vote on those guys. We pick the top 20 people in the country, and we get a vote on the smart people, because we sure as hell aren't voting on the smart people now.
I'm a big fan of, one last thing, of Tulsi Gabbard for 2020.
Oh, yeah. Who? What?
Tulsi Gabbard. She's a senator in Hawaii. She's young. She was in the military.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a big Bernie supporter.
She's a badass.
She's a badass.
Yeah, she's a badass across the board.
Yeah.
And not stupid.
No, she's incredibly intelligent.
Good. They're probably grooming. Think they're grooming? Is she going to speak at the convention?
She did, and she didn't support Hillary. She supported Bernie.
She already spoke at the convention?
She spoke at the convention, and she just was like, she just supported Bernie.
That's a weird time in America, man. So I'm just going to let it go. I'm washing my hands of it right now.
No,
done.
You're not.
I'm over. I swear. I'm calling it. You guys on Twitter, if you see me talking politics, you have to shut me down.
There's no
I'm not going to. No, I need some sponsors. And if you guys are out there on Twitter and you see me talking guns or politics, shut me down.
Oh,
shut me down.
I have access to your Twitter account. I can shut you down.
Good. There you go. So Fetus is just, if he's at the wedding, just Titus, stop it. So I'm telling Bombshell. There you go.
Just change your password.
Ooh, I could do that.
Don't do that. Wow, that was sick.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? That was it. Don't do that. You can change my. Go ahead, change. Go ahead. I don't care. Change my, I'm fine. I change my password. I don't boy, I care.
I'll be in New York. I'll be safe.
I have another account that he doesn't have. Special unit film. Special units coming along great. We're actually in our we're called the mercenary edit right now. We are adding layers of funny to it and cutting it shorter and shorter and shorter, so it's gonna move. Movie's gonna fly.
Yeah.
It is working, right?
It's working.
Yeah, it's really funny. Billy Gardell again. I can't tell you how funny this movie's going to be with Billy Gardell. All right. Today's podcast is sponsored by the Burbank Comedy Festival. We're going to be at the Burbank Comedy Festival, I think, on August 19th. Right? August 18th?
Why are you looking at me?
You're the one that always answers
Titus.
the question.
Oh, my
You're
God. I'm so glad my staff is really on the ball. My staff is all over
You've
it.
got the paperwork
It's
right in
good.
front of you.
It's good to see
It's
that
his
people...
website.
We're going to be on the 16th. I think we're doing the 16th. But the Burbank Comedy Festival is going to be great. Go over there. Go to the BurbankComedyFestival.com or go to flappers.com to get information about hotels and everything else. There's going to be some great comics working it. Tom Segura, myself. Who else is going to be there, Ray?
I don't know.
Wow.
The whole comedy
Again,
festival is August 14th through the 20th.
and I think we do our podcast on the 16th. I'm writing a special Armageddon update for
We're doing it live, too. Live
Yep.
audience is going to be...
Yep.
This
Check
will be
this
the
out.
first time ever that we've recorded a podcast with an audience.
Yep. So I'm really working on the Armageddon update so it doesn't just suck.
It's going to be weird. We're going to have to wear pants. That's first
Wait,
and
I have to wear
foremost.
pants, too?
Unless we get a table
Yes.
skirt.
And shave your feet, dude. If you're going to wear flip-flops, for God's sake, shave your feet.
He has
It's a-
hobbit feet.
It really does. It's weird.
I've never seen...
It's uncomfortable.
They're like plates of
Not
meat
yeah,
and
not
flip-flops.
yeah, and not as weird as the dude on the plane with the toe that looked like an old pepperoni from a pizza.
August 16th, it's at 5 p.m., which is weird because we're not usually
5 p.m.
alive by 5 p.m.
Is that a weekday?
Yeah,
So there's going to be absolutely nobody in their audience.
probably.
That's
5
great.
p.m., I think, on a Tuesday, but the festival goes on all week.
I mean, if you live in Burbank or L.A., come be part of the live audience.
For
Or-
God's
Or
sake.
don't. We're going to do it anyway. It doesn't matter.
Everyone's thinking, yeah, I'll just download it later.
Yeah, right. Tuesday, 5 o'clock, L.A. traffic. Yeah, have a good time, Titus. I get it. But Burbank Comedy Festival is going to be great. Go to the shows, call over there. There's going to be some great shows during the week, and go there. And now, from sea to shining sea, continent to continent, and sometimes space, although we've edited out North Korea, please welcome Bombshell Rae with the Bombshell News. There you go.
Pokemon Go leads players to find a naked woman vandalizing a church. The church said that the woman threw garbage into a baptismal pond. A pair of Pokemon Go players in Connecticut, they are actually saying that it's good because it helped them actually catch a crime while it was happening. Look at him nodding. Like
I think
this is
Pokemon Go
bad.
should be-
I've been nodding the entire podcast.
Okay, so like since we last talked, 2 players fell off a cliff in California.
Yep.
So that was fun and games.
Someone else
There are
got
idiots
shot.
everywhere.
Someone else got shot walking on someone's lawn. He just kept walking, just kept looking at his phone walking, and he crossed this guy's property line, and he just shot him.
Did we talk about one of my mom's former students in Kuwait actually posted that her cousin has been arrested and because he was outside the Crown Prince's palace holding his phone in front of him, and he was arrested for spying on
Because
the
they thought he was
royal
taking
family.
pictures of the royal family, and he said he was looking for give me a
A
Pokemon.
Jigglypuff.
There you go. Of course he was looking for
What's a
Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff?
Uh,
I mean,
oh, I know.
in Pokemon.
Boom.
Yeah. I one time hired a Jigglypuff to run one of my comedy clubs, remember? She's the one that bounced the check on you.
Yeah, but you
And-
know what though? I the Jigglypuffs bother me. I like their parades. They have their parades every year. And I don't think they should. I
No,
don't
you're
think
thinking
they should.
of a Clefairy.
I don't think they should have different rights than anybody else. Jigglypuffs, they should get married like anybody else.
I caught her a week into being a manager in the showroom of the comedy club at 1 o'clock in the morning on top of a guy that she met next door at the bar. So I fired her instantly. I had her put her clothes back on because Jigglypuff not as attractive naked. And then the next day when I went into the club to clean and get it ready, there were crushed potato chips all over the floor where they had been bouncing Jigglypuffs.
That was tart.
Yeah, some people need to have sex in a room, a well-ventilated room by themselves. They don't need to do it in public because in the room just smells
Some
weird.
people apparently need to eat potato chips while they have sex.
Oh,
Salty.
Hide the chip.
crunchy. Yeah, she had a lot of places to hide it too, didn't she?
Well, she was a Jigglypuff.
She was a Jigglypuff.
Man quits job to become full-time Pokemon Go player.
What?
24 years old, right in Feedy's age range, working as a barista and a bartender, setting the world on fire. He was overcome by the mania. He says that he's been working for 6 years. Ready? Here's millennials. I've been working for 6 years, and I was desperate for a break.
From his bar job?
Desperate for a break after 6 years of working. And Pokemon gave me the chance to live that dream.
I don't condone this kind of behavior.
Please, Giant Meteor. My favorite, Giant Meteor 2016. I am so okay.
We're not all like this.
I am so okay with 6 billion of us being taken out.
He's about to take a 2-month trip. He's got 90 of the 151. Is that a lot?
So you have to
Pretty
go.
impressive.
You have to go. Wow, you see, he just changed his opinion? Well, if he's going to commit to it like that, it's good to see him kicking ass. Some guy's a pro-am player.
It's both impressive and pretty sad, but...
He says who's going to play the X-Wing World Championship.
I'm going to X-Wing Worlds. I'm going to win. Yeah.
But those Pokemon guys are douchebags.
That's all you want, car guy.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Look at him. He's not laughing.
No,
he's
I know
tense.
he's not at all.
He's got that really stressed
X-Wing.
look that he gets.
He is a hardcore X-Wing,
He's
man.
turning purple.
Yeah, I want an X-Wing T-shirt, man.
Look at him. Here's a reason for
But
everyone
you're-
to come to Burbank Comedy Festival on the
great.
16th to see that we're not making this up, that
Yep.
he turns bright purple when he gets frustrated and or embarrassed. They're usually simultaneous.
Yeah.
That's why I could never, like dish a comeback back at school, when I was in high school. They'd say something, I'd get embarrassed, and then my face would start turning red, and then they'd know. They'd be like, oh,
They
we
got you.
him.
Dude, we got you. Why? Because your head turned neon, dude. You have
Oh,
you have a neon head.
Just shut up. Your mom.
Yeah.
I
I was raised by my dad, so I didn't have any problem with that. I would just be used to them. I would just go, "Oh, really?" And I would just think it's the 14 things I used to say back to my dad. Go
Me
ahead.
too. My mom's favorite thing to do was laugh hysterically. The more upset we got, and then the harder I cried, the harder she would laugh. She'd be holding onto her stomach, bent over, hysterically laughing, which would make me more angry, which I would start yelling more things that would make her laugh even harder. Usually, though, because I'm a all right, old lady kind of person, this is where that was honed. I'm thinking about this right now. Earlier on, I would just get more upset and then cry and storm out. But as I got a little bit older, like 6, I was like, all right. And I decided to keep going to take that smile off of her face.
Yeah.
And usually I would. Usually I'd say something completely out of line and disrespectful, and then I'd get grounded for 4 weeks.
I have been the receiving end of that.
You're
That
welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Courtesy of Sharon.
Feels like I go, Dad, are you back? You're talking.
2 Pokemon Go players illegally crossed the border from Canada without noticing because they were playing the game. They walked into another country and didn't realize it. They've been detained by Border Patrol.
We are actually over our limit, our union required limit for Pokemon Go stories, so we can stop that now.
You guys
Okay.
will be proud that I didn't download the PokéDate app, though.
Yeah, you were right. You
was
were right that there should be one. You were wrong that there wasn't one. Wanted man was caught while playing Pokemon Go
She's very right or wrong.
outside of a police station. What a dumbass. He was trying to catch them all.
Maybe
he was
this is
arrested
just a-
Thursday morning for an outstanding arrest warrant. Police saw
Maybe
him.
this is just a Darwinistic experiment to see how stupid people really
Someone
are.
said that this is actually kind of your Lion Day.
Yeah, it really is. We're just seeing how stupid people are. Walking into the country, fell off a cliff.
When
Do
you
you wanna
open the
know?
game, every time the first thing in huge letters is always be aware of your surroundings, pay attention. That's like the thing on the screen every single time.
Of course.
So whoever
disclaimer.
designed this game is diabolical because they're kicking off the serotonin centers in your brain and everybody's jacked on this game and I don't have that, man. I'm like I can get on a dirt bike and jump something. I can slide my car sideways. That gets me amped. Wakeboarding, stuff like this. I'm just like I've never been more bored in my life. I can't watch baseball for the same reason.
Do you want to guess what he was wearing when he was arrested outside?
No.
You
What?
get one guess. What would a Pokemon Go player be wearing on his bottom half out in public?
Pajamas.
He was wearing pajama pants.
Yeah. So,
My
years
mom-
from now, thousands of years from now, when they write about our society and they write about why we basically fall and we burned up, I mean, it's not going to be because we fought a great war. It's going to be because some dumbass at the launch center was playing Pokemon Go, walked through it, leaned on the key while him and his buddy were playing, and set off 2 nuclear missiles that created a worldwide disaster of nuclear weapons. We'll be vaporized, and as we walk the wastelands, people will be looking at their phones, not because there's a game on it, because they won't be working anymore, but just because that's all we have pictures of. There'll be a deity, there'll be a Pokemon deity that we'll be worshiping in the future because that's all that's left in the wasteland. So I just want to say, you people that are playing Pokemon Go, thanks for destroying basically humanity as we know it. All right, next story.
Check this out, and I told you about this, but I'll share this with Fetus.
Okay.
Please
I
make
was
that be another
at
Pokemon.
church this last Sunday, and we go to a really hip, it's very progressive, young pastors' church. Nancy
Play a little rock and
Reagan
roll.
went there until she passed away. They have a band.
So
and
you blew your whole thing. Yeah, you're a very hip, cool church. Nancy
she
Reagan
went
there.
to-
We are on fire in
She
Fuego.
went to the 9 a.m. service, and those are the old fuddy-duddies. We go to the 11 a.m. service. So anyway, the pastor was
Fuddy-duddy.
preaching.
So hip.
The pastor was preaching about how we're unable to have conflict and live peacefully with each other, and he said you got to get better at having conflict, and he talked about the Hillary Trump thing, and he was making jokes and stuff, and then he was talking about Pokemon. He brought up Pokemon and about how we're all living our lives like this with our phones in front of our face. Well, on the pew to my right, I'm sitting with your kids, is
I wasn't there. I was on
this
the road.
young, pretty, vapid Asian chick with a giant feather in her hair and her much older husband, and they have a baby. And I look over because there's kind of some disturbance, and it's because she has one of the giant, I don't know what those phones are, but it's maybe Samsung. It's
big.
Huge. She's holding it up above her because that's the best way to take
She's
a photo.
basically holding a serving plate in front of her face
Which is actually
while the guy's
in
trying to
front
talk.
of the pastor, blocking him from the people behind her, doing selfies during the service. So then her husband leaves because the baby starts crying. So then she just keeps taking selfies of herself. And then at one point, it's part of his service. He's not talking to her. It's a big church. And he says, put your phones down. Engage in the world around you. And she looks up, startled, and puts her phone down, right? 3 minutes later, clank, bonk, thud. And the three of us look over, your kids and I, and she has pulled out a battery pack, one of those wireless battery
Charger,
packs,
like
to plug her phone in because it's dying, but she dropped it first. So then she plugs it in. Then the baby comes back, and then she puts the phone back up above her and videos herself singing hymns holding the baby as
not
though she's not videoing
but
it.
not acknowledging this is the creepiest part of all of this. Not acknowledging that she's filming herself. She's filming herself like there's another camera. Like
Supposed to be candid. even though it's
candid,
not.
yes,
Yeah.
and she's holding the camera. And at that
During
point,
church, during a service about doing that.
And
Raging
Bob-
narcissism.
and Bombshell told me that, and I thought, oh, we're done. We're done as a species. Done as a species. And I'm not the first person to say it. It's going to take a while to end it, but we're on the road. We're definitely on the road.
Yeah. Guess what?
What?
Miss Cleo died.
Miss Cleo.
Call me now.
She died. Did she?
She's only 53.
What did she die from?
Cancer. She went into hospice.
She didn't know that was going to happen?
No.
She was a psychic.
No.
She could have avoided it because she was. No, she predicted the future, Miss Cleo.
Call me now.
Maybe she knew it was coming and just like.
Do you know who Miss Cleo is?
Yeah, it was one of the call-in.
One of the first ones. Yeah, you call it 1-800. I'm going to give you.
I'll tell you the
I'm
future.
going to give you your
Yeah.
fortune, man. Combatitipo. I don't know what. I can't do it.
I don't know if that's what she sounded like.
No,
I don't think so. She was not Russian or Asian.
I thought it was Jamaican.
That was
First.
pretty
She was
Jamaican, what I
Jamaican.
just did.
But
That
she
was
wasn't
pretty
really
Jamaican.
She pretended to be
Right.
Jamaican.
Oh, I'm sorry. I feel bad. I feel bad when anybody's died lately. I'm having some problem with death lately. I'm having a big problem with it.
I am too.
Yeah, not because too many Americans are dying. No one seems to give a shit. It's weird. No one seems to give a shit.
Well, you just went right back to it. A shooting outside of a nightclub in Fort Myers, I just saw. And then there's another thing in Paris where these people took over a church. Did you see that? And slit the priest's throat and took hostages. It's like it's happening all over.
And Japan, there was some
I
guy.
was about to say, a guy in Japan stabbed 19 people in a mental hospital.
He went through this. Check this. How crazy this is. This guy So this guy goes in at 2 a.m., goes through the window of a mentally, like a mental, not a mental crazy hospital, like people that are
like autism and stuff.
Autism. And while they were sleeping, killed 19 people with a blade.
Yep.
While they were sleeping, middle of the night, just
in
dead.
Japan.
Yeah, and this is crazy because stuff like this doesn't really like happen in Japan.
No. We are in the wastelands, people. We are entering the wastelands, and it scares the shit out of me.
I'm saying it has to do with medication.
Yeah. All of it does, man. We're all drugged. We're all, if not...
Somebody actually wrote in and said, stop bringing up SSRIs. I've been on them a long time and I'm fine. Well, obviously we don't say everyone on them does something.
Right.
Not saying that, but it definitely is a contributing factor. If you go and look, every single one of those school shootings, every mass shooting, that those people were on some type of SSRI inhibitor.
Or had a mental... I mean, the guy in Dallas wasn't on SSRIs. He had PTSD. I don't think he was on drugs, though, but he had PTSD. And I just think we've come to a place where we're in the wastelands. We're just in the wastelands right now. And, they had things called shell shock years ago and stuff, and soldiers have already had it tough because they're seeing the most horrific part of human beings, and you can't unsee it.
I don't think any civilian can really
We'll never know.
Never know.
No,
yeah.
we'll never
and I don't
know.
think we know yet fully about that guy. I don't think that we know all of his records and stuff.
Yeah.
I would say it's way too coincidental that he has a disorder that could be treated with those kind of medications, and often are through the VA.
Do you know what's really weird? We haven't heard any reports on that Dallas shooter, have we?
Well,
it
it's
kind of
old
went away.
news
No,
now. Old news. Trying to move on. Something new.
Change your Facebook photo.
No, we were hearing about Adam
Hashtag
Lanza.
pray for Dallas, and then we move on.
Yeah, right. And then move on. Nothing changes, and we keep killing people. Yay! Welcome to America.
Hi, this has been the Positivity Titus podcast.
The positivity
really
is Montrell Jackson, that guy. And I started doing something yesterday. So, guys, here's what we're going to do something. I want to talk about this. Yesterday, I was driving down the 101 here in L.A., and it's a nightmare freeway. Plus, it's 103 degrees. And I see this old couple standing by the side of the road on the freeway, and their little gold Camry was just parked there. It's, and I saw these people leaning against the thing. The car's kind of sticking out in traffic a little bit, and I just pulled over. I'm like, I can't let these old people sit here. And I basically, because I've been thinking about Montrell Jackson a lot, the guy the cop that was killed in Baton Rouge. Here, he's one of the cops. A bunch of cops got killed, but this guy did something amazing to me. So this guy was a black guy in a place where cops were shooting black people, and that was the big news story. So he had two problems. He was a cop, people hated him, and he was a black guy. He had no upside. We talked about this last week a little bit.
His post, yeah.
Right. And so today I'm going to start something, and I started it yesterday. I started asking people to help somebody, do something, because this guy said at the end of his post, he said, I got you. He said, if someone needs a hug or just want to talk, I got you. He was still being something he should, with all that was going around, all the shit that was coming down, he was still being positive, and he died the next morning. It was like 6 hours later, they shot him. That guy that drove 800 miles and shot him. So I went and I helped these old people. I pushed the car out of the way. The guy said the battery died. I tried to get the car going. I couldn't. And I let the woman get in my truck because the AC was on. It was so hot. She was a little old. She was a little old. And we pushed the car off the freeway. And I just stayed there till AAA got there.
You let her sit in your car?
Yeah, she sat in the truck for a while because it was hot. And I just put, and so I hashtagged that I did it. And I said, everybody do something. And I hashtag I got you. That's what we need to do. I got you from now on. And I said it last week. I'm going to say it today. So every time you guys do something nice, try to take a picture of it, get a selfie with the person you helped, and just post it and hashtag I got you. And let's see if we can turn this shit around, because the guys that are running the place ain't going to turn it around. Although Michelle Obama, I will give her a pass.
That speech was awesome.
She's a badass, man. Did you see her speech?
I haven't watched her speech yet. I've been waiting, but I'm seeing, everyone is talking about how amazing she is.
Do you ever see, some people, Hillary does not ooze ease, does not ooze authenticity. She does not ooze. No. She's just, even when she tells a joke, she smiles like a bad comic.
She's a robot.
She's a robot. She doesn't know. Michelle Obama is like this, the passion and the love, and I'm not, I'll call anybody on. There's a lot of people that just shouldn't be speaking, but man, she was good.
Yeah, Melania Trump's next speech is going to be awesome.
That's what I tweeted out yesterday.
Good one.
That's what I already tweeted that out.
You did?
I already tweeted out last night. Yeah.
I don't follow you on Twitter currently, so I did not know.
Well, I'm not
that.
talking politics anymore.
Did you say that exactly?
I said exactly that.
My gosh, we're becoming like the same brain. It's weird.
I said, except I wrote it 12 hours ago. That's fine. But we're becoming slow. It's closer.
Go check it. Go see what he wrote.
Yeah, it's funnier than that. Actually,
can't.
I
don't follow him on Twitter.
You don't?
After the gun thing, you stopped.
don't
You go-
either. That's
You guys
awesome.
can all follow me again. I'm not talking about guns anymore. I'm not. I've actually.
Just blowing up my feed, man.
Do you know what
Me
I?
too. That's the problem.
Do you know what I started doing? I started actually I just mute people now. If you're going to give me the same bullshit you've given me, I just mute you. I'm not going to argue anymore. I've already proven that I'm right. And when you prove you're right, I'm just right. I'm just going to walk around right. I'm right.
Oh my gosh.
I am right about this.
Can't even. Speaking of brains, burglary suspect allegedly used human brain to get high. This was in Pennsylvania. A man is now in jail on burglary charges, and he's also being accused of using a human brain to get high. Joshua Long. I'm actually related to someone named Joshua Long.
Wait, I don't understand. How do you use a human brain to get high? To explain.
I have a cousin named Joshua Long.
Explain to me how he used a human brain.
I'm having a moment. This says he's 26. My cousin is 26. Or he would be in that area. I don't stay in touch with him.
Right.
He was charged Friday with abuse of a corpse after his aunt found the brain underneath the front porch of a vacant trailer.
Oh my God.
The brain was in a display container, the kind you would see in a museum, and stuffed in a Walmart bag.
By even talking about this, we're part of the problem now. And brain. Dude, what are you smoking? Brain, bro.
He was
Is
using
that
the
new?
formaldehyde
No,
that
real brain.
preserved the brain to smoke, quote, wet marijuana, according to an affidavit obtained by the police.
So he didn't smoke the brain. He used because is formaldehyde that hard to get a hold of? You need to actually go rob a corpse.
Oh, thank God. They show a picture of him. It's not my cousin.
This makes Stephen King.
They
puke,
had
by the way.
nicknamed the brain Freddy. Speaking of Freddy, see, they're also, Freddy. See? I'm telling you. Freddy
What does that mean?
Mercury. Freddie Mercury.
Oh, wow, we brought it all the way back.
Nothing
Mom!
really matters.
Freddie Mercury's brain is coming to get me. All right. Well, so again, we've the Armageddon update is again unironic.
Smoking wet marijuana is an emerging trend, according to the DEA.
With formaldehyde?
Users soak joints in embalming fluid before drying them to get an added hallucinogenic effect. This can cause long-term health problems, kids, including brain damage.
That's ironic. He stole a brain to create brain damage. That's weird. That's right. All right, guys. Well, so I am running for president. The new show, I'll be starting to put it out there in a couple of weeks. I'm taking 2 weeks off. I'm going to be on vacation this week and next week. We will probably not do a podcast next week. I'm going to have Fetus put up one of our best ones. What do you think? Should you How to Buy a Car?
How to Buy a Car.
Let's do How to Buy a Car because September's coming up, and that's the best time to get your car. We'll put up How to Buy a Car next week. Listen next week. Thanks for listening, guys. Do me a favor. Follow me on Twitter, @TitusNation. No, I'm not going to be blowing up your feed anymore. I'm going to be just tweeting jokes. I have committed to no more guns, no more politics. @Ray Bradley on Twitter, and the real Ryman Farmer.
The Ryman at the Ryan Farmer.
At the Ryan Farmer. I don't follow you. That's why.
I
At
know
the
you
Ryan
don't.
Farmer.
No, I don't
I will.
either.
I didn't know. I
No,
really
no,
don't
I
do
don't
it.
care. I don't tweet
don't.
anything.
Follow me on Facebook at The Real Christopher Titus. Keep the vitriol going. Keep telling me how bad I suck and how stupid I am. I really enjoy it. It actually enjoys me. Do you know, it's always stupid people who don't give facts, and then they tell you how stupid you are. You shut up. You're stupid. Oh, thanks,
It's my
4-year-old.
favorite comeback in
It's
high
great.
school.
I know.
You do that too, though.
Shut up. I'm talking.
Oh, my God.
So if you go to ChristopherTitus.com, you can get one of my 6 comedy specials. We're currently editing a new one, Born with a Defect. It came out really good.
Oh, yeah.
It really came out good. The sound is
Killer.
good. I didn't have the irritation that I had last time. The camera work is excellent. We built a good crew. Combustion Films kicks ass. So that'll be out pretty soon, guys. I think we're going to do, at the end of August, we're going to do a pre-order on it, and you'll be able to get it.
You did
it's
not
almost
say that
2 hours.
on Twitter.
No, he didn't. I didn't want to
Yes, I
bring it
did.
up.
You should have brought it up.
No,
Cause
I did a
moved
millennium.
on.
I did it. Michelle Obama
no,
kicked
you
ass.
said,
I can't
can
wait.
I vote for Michelle Obama? Just asking.
No, that's not it. Give it to me. I'll
Uh-oh.
find it. Give it to me. It's about midnight last night.
Oh, I just found it.
Yeah, that's right. There you go.
It was 12 hours ago. How'd you know that? You actually think in Twitter time. That's what's wrong with you.
No, I think in actual time. I know 12 hours
You
is still
said
12
I can't
hours.
wait to hear the speech again when Melania Trump does it.
There you go. Love
I
Michelle.
apologize.
Yeah.
I didn't look hard enough.
Yeah, that's right. You're a shitty
He couldn't
assistant.
wade
He's
through the
just-
gun
Well, there
tweets.
was like so much sludge there. I didn't want to see all your.
That is true. That is a good sludge tweet. I sludge tweet a lot. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
I get depressed.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I'm depressed just doing it. And
Hey guys, if you want to see Titus Nation, he's going to be in Cleveland at Hilarities, right?
Yeah.
Friday
Yes.
and Saturday.
Yes.
That's going to be August 12th and 13th, Cleveland Hilarities. And then 2 weeks
only doing
later,
2 nights.
2 weeks later, Are you going to do those 2 nights the 2 weeks later?
I think so.
You're going to keep them?
I don't know.
Well,
don't that goes to Philly, right?
Yeah, so definitely he's going to be in Philly the 25th, 26th, and 27th at Helium
great,
Comedy Club.
Working on new stuff, too.
Possibly 2 other mystery shows the 2 nights before.
And which towns were those mystery shows going to be?
Well, I don't want to say if you're not going to be
You got to might as
there.
well say it. Let's say. I think I'm already on the list. Let's sell those tickets. Go ahead.
Richmond,
Virginia, Funny Bone.
He would
Improv.
be there on the 23rd, and 24th would be Regina Beach.
Virginia Beach, right?
Funny Bone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm probably going to do them.
Meh.
But it's probably the last time you're going to be able to see me in a club for a while.
What?
Yeah, and Philly I'll keep going back to because it's fun. But go see those shows. They're going to be good shows. Also, again, ChristopherTitus.com. I have 6 other specials. Love is Evil, Norman Rockwell's Bleeding, 5th Annual End of the World Tour, Neverlution, Voice in My Head, and
Voice in My
Angry
Head's
Pursuit
back
of
in stock,
Happiness.
yeah.
Voice in My Head's
You
back in
did
stock.
it.
Yeah.
Yay. Out of order, but you did it. Good
I
job.
don't. It doesn't matter. They're all out of order. Hey, you're out of order. You're out of order.
Mom!
Go to Christopher Titus TV on YouTube and review us on iTunes, because if you review us on iTunes...
A maxi pad gets her wings.
Thanks, guys, for listening, as always. Also, go to the ChristopherTitus.com contact page. If you have something you want us to talk about, you have an opinion about something, put it in there. We'll bring it up. I think I'm going to start actually telling, especially because I've gotten some weird, this gun thing has got me some bizarre responses and angry responses.
You also say every week, I don't know what I'm right about this week.
Yeah, I do, yeah. And I always come up with something because I'm a fucking genius. All right, guys, thanks for listening to this podcast.
Take audibles from the audience.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If it's got the right point, I'd love to do it.
I already said that. I said that first.
Do you guys know...
We can set up an audio boom.
Do you guys know how hard it is every week to crank
Come
out
up with
4
something?
minutes? Yeah.
I said it first.
Oh, my God. For myself, Bombshell and the
Bombshell Rae and the
Fetus.
Fetus. Later.
Peace out.
Sayonara.
God! Making me...
I said it 12 seconds ago.
Another one bites the dust. Boom, boom, boom. Mom!